by the ability to contribute beyond themselves. And so everybody wants to contribute something. But what happens is opposition, adversity, and challenges creep in, and what individuals figure out about themselves is, I don't want it as bad as I thought I wanted it if I have to go through that in order to make it happen. So to give you a little backdrop about me and my life, I played football, but I want you to understand something. What I'm about to tell you for the next couple of minutes, it doesn't pertain to football, it pertains to everyday life. I had this crazy thought that if I could just make it to the NFL, my family's life would automatically become better and my life would automatically become better. Because I was coming up in this 2-bedroom home on the east side of Atlanta with 14 people and I was sleeping on the floor. Most nights, me and my cousins would miss meals, and so the only thing I ever wanted to do was make it to this NFL, get a couple of dollars, take care of my family, give back to my community, and my life would have been set. And I come into my junior year at the University of Tennessee, and I'm 8 games away and I'm 8 games away from becoming a first-round draft pick. I had got my paperwork back from the NFL that told me how much money the slots that I would be making, and so everything looked as if it was up and coming and it was about to happen. And I go out one day, pretty much like you guys go out and you do what you do. You go camp, you go through your different drills, different responsibilities. I came out and I went about pregame the way that I always went about pregame. I listened to the same music. My favorite song before a game was Phil Collins' I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight. Like I listened to the same song every time before the game. And the fourth quarter rolled around and I go to make a tackle that I can make with my eyes closed. And as soon as I hit the guy, I knew something was wrong. As soon as I hit him, it felt as if every breath in my body left. My body went completely limp. I fell to the ground, I blacked out. That had never happened to me before. My teammates, my brothers, they run over to me on the field. They say, Ink, get up, man, let's rock. Let's finish this game out. It's 2 minutes left. I said, I can't. They said, what do you mean you can't? You always get up. This is your game. You play kamikaze. Like, get up. Let's finish this game out. You can nurse your injury after the game. I said, I can't. They said, what do you mean you can't? You always get up. We need you. I said, no, you guys don't get it. I can't feel anything from my neck to my toes. And the shock eventually left, and it stayed in my right arm and hand. And as I'm lying there, they bring the spine board out. They put me on the spine board, and they're wheeling me off the field. And we get by the ambulance, and my father's standing there, and he's looking at me as if he saw a ghost. And I say to my father, I said, Pops, I got it, right? I laid it on him, right? And he responds, he said, yeah, son, but I think you got the worst part of this one. They roll me in the ambulance. They say, Inky, we're going to take you over, run a couple tests, bring you back into the room. We'll tell you what's up. They take me over. They run the test. They bring me back into the room. My mother comes into the room. She kisses me. She prays for me. She tells me, son, everything will be fine. And before my mother could step out of the hospital room's doors, the doctor came running from the opposite side. And as he was running, he said out of his mouth, hey, guys, get in here. We got to rush this kid back to emergency surgery. He's about to die. And I'm looking at him like, man, you can't choose another word? Like, choose a synonym. I'm like, you know, in the dictionary, you got them synonyms. Pick a synonym, man. And I'm looking at him, and he can tell from the way that I'm looking at him, I'm kind of questioning him saying that. And he responds, he said, you ruptured a subclavian artery in your chest. You're bleeding internally. We got to rush you back and do surgery right now, or you won't be here in the morning. And can I tell you, the next morning when I woke up, the game of football on my scale of life was this big. You probably can't even see it, right? The NFL on my scale of life, this big. I woke up the next morning, I had got cut 6 times down my left eye. One time across the left side of my neck, one time across the right side of my neck, twice through my right ribs, cut out my right pec, bottom of my armpit to the bottom of my hand. They put 350 staples in my body and they bandaged me from my neck to my knees. The game of football that matters so much did. And the people would come into my room and they would say, Inky, I'm sorry about what happened to you. And I was so embarrassed. And the reason I was embarrassed is because I felt as if I had shortchanged my life. I felt as if the only thing I really wanted to do was just make it to the NFL, get a little contract, take care of my family, get back to my community. If that was the only thing I really wanted to do, I shortchanged my whole life. Like I love when he stood out and he said, in my honor. Like I love when he said that. Like when he said it lit a fire in me about accountability and responsibility, like that unspoken oath. I'm going to give everything I got to everything I'm connected to and everything I'm a part of. You know the reason I played sports? I didn't play sports because I love sports. I played sports because I could be a part of a unit that we made each other better, not just in the realm of sports. We made each other better in every aspect of life. That's what it's about. I never let one of my teammates quit. I never let him quit. One of my best friends plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went free agent, been starting for the past 9 years. 6'7", 375 pounds. One day I had to push him 200 yards in a grocery store buggy. Picture that, right? And as I'm pushing him, it's pushing me to the limit. And I want to stop, but I know I couldn't stop because he had previously tried to stop. And when I completed my 200 yards, I laid down on the turf, and he laid down and he was crying. And he looked at me and he said, Inky, why didn't you let me quit? I said, I didn't let you quit. And it had nothing to do with the game of football. I said, the reason I didn't let you quit is because one day you're going to be called to lead a family. You may have a son, a daughter, or a wife. And if I let you quit on a wind sprint, if I let you quit in summer agility drills, if I let you quit on the responsibility and the things that we have to carry out just when it gets tough, if I let you quit, you stand no chance against life. Like, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me in my life. My career ending and me getting a paralyzed right arm and hand, and most people don't understand it. ESPN did a story on me, and the producer showed up. He said, I want to ask you one question. He said, everybody says this is a tragedy and this is something terrible that happened to you. He said, but for some strange reason, you don't view it that way. He said, why don't you look at your situation that way? I said, most importantly, I don't live my life that way. I said, you're talking about me looking at the situation a certain way. I said, but first you have to understand how I live my life. Every single day I wake up. This is the thing I can guarantee. Every single person that's out here under these lights tonight, every single day I wake up in my honor. I can guarantee you, in my honor, every single day I wake up, I'm going to give my wife and my 2 children everything I got. In my honor, every single day I wake up, the people I'm of service to on the face of this planet, I'm going to give them everything I got. In my honor, I guarantee you, everything I'm connected to and what I represent, I'm going to give it everything I got. Now, what you going to do? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Young people, I want to ask one favor of you. I want to ask one favor of you. Because in life, people know how to talk great. I want to ask one favor of you. Never allow life to make you forget why you do what you do and what you represent. Because I'm going to tell you some raw truth. And I'm going to leave you with this. And if you haven't heard anything else I've said, listen to this. In life, people quit, people give up, and people surrender not because of what they do. People quit, people give up, and people surrender because they forget why they do it. Never allow life to make you forget why you signed up to do it in the first place. That's my time. God bless you.